أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الأطيبين الأنجبين اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Dua for today says Allahumma la takhzulni fihi lita'arrudi ma'asiyatik wa la tadribni bisiyati naqimatik wa zahzihni fihi min mujibati sakhatik بمنك وأياديك يا منتهى رغبة الراغبين. Allah, in this month, do not let me abase myself by incurring your disobedience, and do not strike me with the whip of your punishment. Keep me away from the causes of your anger by your kindness and your power, O the ultimate wish of those who desire. The first thing that we ask Allah is to be the obedience of His, and that what incurs and invites His wrath and azab, it's that disobedience. Says in Dua Abu Hamza that Anta ilahi wasi'a fadlan wa a'zama hilman min an tughayisani, that we say that Allah, you are great, you are such gracious and such tolerant, that you are much greater than that you will ever punish me for the wrong that I have done. وَخَطِيئَتِي فَالْعَافُ الْعَافُ الْعَافُ. And then Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, he keeps on repeating Al-Af, Allah, your forgiveness and your pardon I seek, and I know that you are such great that you would not punish me. Your graciousness and your rahmah is such. Now, that was the dua that we had for today. And the surah that we have for today, it's Surat Al Qadr, which is the season of this, the month of Ramadan is the season of the Surat Al Qadr. Surat Al Qadr, it's the surah of Wilaya. Surat Al Qadr says that with reference to the Laylatul Qadr and the month of Ramadan, which was a special bestowal upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi wasallam. In a hadith he says, "Utiyat ummati khamsu khisal." 5 virtues or 5 specialities have been given to my nation. Fi shahri Ramadan lam yu'tihinna ummatu nabiyyin min qabli. Says 5 things have been specially given to my nation and to no nation, to any of the nations of the prophets prior to me, they were ever given. أما واحدة فإنه إذا كان أول ليلة من شهر رمضان, when it is the night of the first of Ramadan, Allah looks at His creation, all of them. وَمَنْ نَظَرَ اللَّهِ إِلَيْهِ لَمْ يُعَذِّبْهُ, and whosoever Allah casts a look at them, He never punishes them. وَالثَّانِيَةِ, the second, خلوف أفواههم حين يمسون أطيب عند الله من ريح المسك. Now when you fast, you have a bad breath, your mouth is dry. Here Rasulullah says that the bad breath you have, or the khuluf of your mouth, and during the day, before Allah, it's much better than the best of fragrances and the best of musks. Allah loves that much more than anything else. Now the reason for all that, we see that it's because of obedience a person gets to these ranks. And fast and siyam is one of those observances or one of those worships that in that there cannot be any riya. In prayers, I can offer my prayers in a way that people, they look and they praise and they flatter. But I can't do that with a fast. No one knows if I'm fasting or not. It's the only thing that we see, it's eating and drinking. Apart from that, there are so many things that a person has to abstain from, and that can be done whilst a person is in the presence of someone. He may also cheat God in fasting. That's why it says fast is that action that has to be solely, only and only for God, and in that Riyah also cannot be there. Third says يستغفر لهم الملائكة في كل يوم وليلة, for the month of Ramadan, and because of this fasting the angels, they seek forgiveness for you day and night. والرابعة يقول الله عز وجل لجنته, Allah instructs and commands His heaven to prepare yourself for my servants, that is, these servants who are the guests of Allah in the month of Ramadan. لعبادي يوشك أن يستريحوا من نصب الدنيا وأذاها ويسيروا إلى دار كرامتي, that is, soon they would want to come and rest and relax in this Jannat of mine after seeing all these pains and distresses from the house of dunya. They wanted to relax and rest. Says heaven, you prepare yourself for my servants. والخامسة إذا كان آخر الليلة من شهر رمضان, when it is the last night of the sacred month of Ramadan, Allah forgives لهم جميعا, Allah forgives everyone and all of them. فقال رجل, someone said to the Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, أهي ليلة القدر, is that Laylatul Qadr that Allah is going to forgive everyone? قال لا, says no. أما ترون العمال إذا عملوا فكيف يأتون أجورهم, says, do you not see these people who work for their employers and at the end of the month how they are paid? Says likewise, you've served in the sacred month of Ramadan, at the end of the month Allah pays you. And that is how, by the forgiveness and by being forgiven. Now, it is Surat Al Qadr. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. It's the surah revealed in Mecca, has 5 ayat, and the topic of this surah is the revelation of Quran, and the revelation of Quran also which took place in Laylatul Qadr. And then following in ayat also they talk about the importance of Laylatul Qadr, the barakat and the blessings, the favors, the effects of that Laylatul Qadr. And that what is famous among the Mufassirin is that this surah was revealed in Mecca. Some say that it was revealed in Medina, as a report says that the Prophet ﷺ, he had a dream, and in that dream Bani Umayyah, he saw them ascending his pulpit, and the Prophet got upset. And this surah was revealed then, and to calm and to comfort the Prophet that he is safe. Allah says Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr, that is, this night of Qadr, it is much better than the 1,000 months. Now 1,000 months were the rule of Bani Umayyah, that is, they ruled for about a century, which is about 1,000 months. And Allah says that you don't worry, that to you this Laylatul Qadr has been given, and this Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr, it is much better than 1,000 months. That is the rule of Bani Umayyah, which lasted for 1,000 months. But the famous reports are that this surah was revealed in Mecca. With reference to the recitation of this surah, says man qara'aha a'ta min al-ajr kaman sama Ramadan wa ahya laylat al-qadr. That is, someone who recites this surah, the reward that would be given to him is like fasting the entire month of Ramadan and keeping up in that Laylatul Qadr. You recite this surah and you get the reward of fasting the month and keeping up in Laylatul Qadr. In another hadith says that من قرأ إنا أنزلناه بجاهر كان كشاهر سيفه في سبيل الله. That someone who recites the Surat Al Qadr loud, he's like he gets the reward of a mujahid fighting in the way of Allah in jihad fi sabilillah. وَمَنْ قَرَأَهَا سِرًّا, and someone who recites it but not loud, he's reciting with them inside, he whispers the recitation of Surat Al Qadr, says he gets the reward of a mujahid who got drenched in his blood in the way of Allah. He will get the reward of such a mujahid for reciting Surat Al Qadr. So reciting it loud and reciting it whispering, in both cases you got that huge reward. And especially in this month of Ramadan, recitation of Surat Al Qadr, it's highly recommended. And the hadith says that reciting it 1,000 times every day is the recommended number and count. Now all this virtue is for someone who recites it with ma'rifah, with awareness, and practices also in his life. Now the first ayah, it says that Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr, that indeed we revealed it, we sent it down in Laylatul Qadr. So it is understood that the month of that the Holy Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan. It says Inna, that is indeed we. Inna in Arabic, it's with emphasis, we, with ta'keed, with emphasis. Anzalnahu, we revealed it. What is that it? It is the Quran. So the way it is mentioned, Inna anzalnahu, we revealed it, that is to show the elevated honor and respect and position and rank of Quran. Says Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr, in Laylatul Qadr. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ, and what do you know and what about Laylatul Qadr? So this great book is a heavenly divine book, and the pronoun used is we to show the might of the revealer. Says Inna, we revealed. Like for example when it talks about Hazrat Fatima in Surat Al Qadr, says Inna, and in A'tayna kal Kawthar, we gave you in the Kawthar. Here says we revealed, and that is that might of Allah. Or when he wants to say that we gave you victory, says Inna fatahna laka fatham mubina. It was we who gave you that victory. That is to show the might of the existence of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So it is revealed in Laylatul Qadr, the night wherein the destiny of man is written, which again is another evidence that this grand book is which makes the destiny and is the was revealed in the Laylatul Qadr. Now then says that وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. This Laylatul Qadr is much better than 1,000 months. Now with reference to the revelation of Quran, our Mufassirin and our ulama, they say that the Quran has two kinds of revelations. So one, it was daf'i, instant, so meaning that it was an instant download of the entire Quran, where the hadith says upon the pure heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or to Baytul Ma'mur, or Lawh Mahfuz, or on the skies of this world, Quran was revealed. So these four possibilities are the first one, upon the pure heart of Rasulullah, or it was the word of Allah revealed on Baytul Ma'mur, or in the Lawh Mahfuz, the divine tablet, or upon the skies of this world. So that is Nuzul Daf'i. In one go, in one download, the entire Quran was revealed. Then we've got a Nuzul, which is Tadriji. Tadriji means gradually Quran was revealed over the period of 23 years. That is gradually as the events started to unfold, ayat were revealed, and it took 23 years for this Quran to be revealed upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam. Now we do have ayat in Quran that talk about both of this, and then says Inna anzalnahu fi laylatin mubarakatin inna kunna munzirin. says that in Surat Al-Dukhan, I believe, that inna anzalnahu, we revealed it, fi laylatin mubarakatin, in a mubarak night. Here says inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr, we revealed it in laylatul qadr, on laylatul qadr. So that was regarding the and then says wama adraka ma laylatul qadr, and what do you know what the laylatul qadr is? Now the laylatul qadr, it's the night of uh, ordainment, a night of the grand night, or the night when all the destiny is written by written for the forthcoming year. Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr, and then says that why does it say, use the term khayrun min alfi shahr? Again, in riwayat we do see that there was someone in Bani Israel, a warrior, a soldier, that he put on his armor, and for 1,000 months, that is a whole life, for 80 to 84 years, he was in that armor day in, day out. He fought in all these battles and jihads, and so people they loved that person and wished to be like him. Here says Laylatul Qadr because that was something that was the best of choices for people to be like. Now here Allah says Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. So that person who fought and who served for 1,000 months in Bani Israel, this Laylatul Qadr, which is given as a bonus to the nation of Rasulullah, is khayrun, is much better than that. Or for example, other riwayat, they say that there were people, that is 4 men from among the Bani Israel, they worshipped so much, worshipped for 80 years, worshipped for 1,000 months, then Allah says that all that worship that those people performed, 4 men in 80 years, and this one night of worship, and just perceiving that Laylatul Qadr, it's much better than that. So that much of a huge impact this Laylatul Qadr has, so many favors and blessings and bounties this Laylatul Qadr has. Then continues describing what Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها. تنزل, it's a present continuous tense, that the angels, that تنزل الملائكة والروح, and ruh, they continue to descend. Now here the translations you have, or the mufassirin, what you generally hear in these English books is تنزل الملائكة, the angels, they continue to descend, والروح, and they say Jibraeel descends. So ruh as Jibraeel they translate. This question was asked from Imam as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, that what is this ruh in Surat Al Qadr? Ruh is not Jibraeel. It is Jibraeel, Ruhul Amin. Now here Imam says that Jibraeel min al malaika. Jibraeel is from among the angels. So ayah says Tanazzalul malaikatu war ruh, that is the angels, they continue to descend, and ruh. So if Jibraeel is from among the angels, then there's no point in adding this Jibraeel to the angels. So it means that the ruh is a different being, angels, they are a different being. That's why this conjunction has been used. Jibraeel min al malaika wa ruh a'zamu min al malaika. Imam says ruh is greater than the angels. أليس أن الله عز وجل يقول تنزل الملائكة والروح? Does not Allah say that the angels, they continue to descend, and ruh? So it seems that there are two different beings, two different creations. So the angels and the ruh, they continue to descend, and this Laylatul Qadr. So, and this then says تنزل بها سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر, and then says this night until the dawn it is salam. Now what is this salam? Also Quran has revealed salam means that it's all with peace and with blessings and with salamity. This night continues until Fajr. Now this salam also, it's one of those beautiful names of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Says وَلَقَدْ جَاءَتْ رُسُلُنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ بِالْبُشْرَى قَالُوا سَلَامًا. It is said that the sweetness and the joy that Prophet Ibrahim got by this salam, by hearing this salam that could not be measured by anything, it was as vast as the entire world. So the Rasulullah, the special envoys of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, they came to Prophet Ibrahim bil Bushra with good news. Qalu salama. They said salama. They said salam to Prophet Ibrahim. Now, what that basharat was, he says that this salam that was delivered to me, salam of Allah, that had a great impact and sweetness and joy that cannot be measured with anything. Now, when Prophet Ibrahim was thrown in the fire of Namrud, the angels came and they extended the salam as a result of that, of which the fire it changed into that garden of bliss. Now, with this idea and concept, will not the salam of the angels on mu'mineen not put off the hellfire and make it cool? And salam, so that is also something that we have to look into. Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr, that this night it is salam, and it continues to remain until the fajr. A beautiful surah, recite it as much as it is possible in this sacred month. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna anzalnahu fi Laylatul Qadr. Indeed, we revealed it in Laylatul Qadr. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. And what do you know what Laylatul Qadr is? Laylatul Qadri khayrun min alfi shahr. Laylatul Qadr is better than 1,000 months. تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالْرُوحُ. The angels and Ruh, they descend in it by the permission of their Lord for every affair. Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. Salam, that is filled with peace, favors and blessings, it is till the break of the morning. وسبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل